Hi friends, it's Deanna Williston from our Blooming Catholic Life. Just came in. We ran out to get the mail quick. It is pouring outside. It is pouring. It's a travel day for a lot of people, so I just pray that y'all are safe. Whew. It is cold though. We ran out there to get the mail. It was really funny because my little blind dog Rusty put on his bandana that says blind dog, and he he shook with it, and it made it into this beautiful collar blossom. Let's see if I could show you quick. Poor thing. And then he just thought he fluffs before he goes out the door, and he feels so special. I was like, don't I look beautiful? Oh, baby, you do. And the only decent mail out there, it was like two things. One, an ad from a place we never go, and the other one was the first Christmas card of the year, and it was for Rusty. Like, that's just adorable. Dogs don't really know about Jesus, though, so it's a little awkward. But anyway, still very sweet and endearing. It's just nice to put that first card up, and we don't have to get mad at anyone because the first card was for Rusty. So we can't be like, really? You sent it before Thanksgiving? It's fine. It's Rusty's card, but we have broken the ice, and I can have that one hanging up before my husband even gets home. It's going to be fun. Friends, let's begin again, for up till now we have done nothing. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Summe glorioso Deus, illumina tenebras cordis mehi, et da mihi fidem rectum spem certum et caritatem perfectum, Domini ut facium tuum sanctum et verax mandatum. Amen. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Okay. Oh, we talk about this all the time, but I know there's always new people jumping in. This is the prayer journal where I keep my Lectio Divina notes. A lot of them at this point are post-it notes because I do Lectio with you, and I don't always write everything in, but I write notes so that I can write my comments. Why I don't write them in the book then, I don't have a good answer for that. It's a bad habit that started. And so most of my notes are on so many post-it notes around the house, and I probably get dropped off. I really need to go back to making sure they're always in here. But that's from the front to the back, and from the back to the front, I have a little prayer index, and that's where I keep my prayers I use in the opening. So we also had our prayers from when we did the month of the Holy Infant Jesus, our whole St. Michael's Lent plan. Those prayers are all in here as well, so I have them. Let's see. We are in the Gospel according to St. Matthew, chapter 20. Oh, this is it. This is the end of chapter 20. And we're going to stop then because it starts the Passion. We're going to move on to the next set of verses in context for the rule of the secular Franciscan order. The earliest rule, the one that was like 3 Bible verses cobbled together. So let's see here. We're in Matthew 20. That's why we were in Matthew 19, but then we just kept going. I'm pretty sure. We didn't do 18, did we? No. So we did 19, and it was just such a cliffhanger. We went ahead and did 20. I think we gloss over these last couple of chapters a lot. We'll have the parables, but not the full context of where the parables come in Jesus' journey to Jerusalem. So he's just about to enter into Jerusalem for his passion. He is just at the cusp of it. So these are all the teachings he gives right before he goes into his passion, which gives them a different depth. These are like the last teachings he was going to impart before his passion, and that just adds so much more to it. So here are the last 2 verses, and then it has, and when they drew nigh to Jerusalem, right there, and were come to Bethphage unto Mount Olivet, then Jesus sent 2 disciples. So we're right before that. So here we are, though. We're in verses 31 through 34 of chapter 20 of the Gospel of St. Matthew. And the multitude rebuked them, saying that they should hold their peace. But they cried out the more, saying, O Lord, thou Son of David, have mercy on us. And Jesus stood and called to them, What will ye that I do for you? They say to him, Lord, that our eyes be opened. And Jesus, having compassion on them, touched their eyes, and immediately they saw and followed him. That's powerful. And the multitude rebuked them. Those are the two blind men standing by the wayside, who, when they learned that Jesus was passing, they cried out, O Lord, thou Son of David, have mercy on us. And the multitude rebuked them that they should hold their peace. But they cried out the more, saying, O Lord, thou Son of David, have mercy on us. And Jesus stood and called to them and said, What will ye that I do to you? They say to him, Lord, that our eyes be opened. And Jesus, having compassion on them, touched their eyes. And immediately they saw and followed him. And the multitude rebuked them, that they should hold their peace. But they cried out the more, saying, O Lord, thou Son of David, have mercy on us. And Jesus stood and called them and said, What will ye that I do to you? And they say to him, Lord, that our eyes be opened. And Jesus, having compassion on them, touched their eyes, and immediately they saw and followed. Let's look at those parallel passages in the other Gospels. So Mark 10. Jump ahead here. Mark 10, and it was towards the end. Yeah, I thought this would be just a tiny bit different. So let's come in here. Now this, remember, in Mark it says that there was only one blind man. I don't know why that discrepancy there. But so let's start at 46 here for this. And they came to Jericho, and as he went out of the city with his disciples and a very great multitude, Bartimaeus, the blind man, son of Timaeus, sat by the wayside begging, who, when he had heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, began to cry out and to say, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. And many rebuked him that he might hold his peace, but he cried a great deal the more, Son of David, have mercy on me. And Jesus, standing still, commanded him to be called. And they called the blind man, saying to him, Be of better comfort, arise, he calleth thee. Who, casting off his garment, leaped up and came to him. And Jesus answering said to him, What wilt thou that I should do to thee? And the blind man said to him, Rabboni, that I may see. And Jesus said to him, Go thy way, thy faith had made thee whole. And immediately he saw and followed him in the way. Okay, so there's a lot more detail there. Jesus did stand still. I wondered when the one said Jesus stood, I wondered if that meant that like he stopped and waited. But here it says they're calling to him, Be of comfort, arise, he calleth thee, is what the people say. And he cast off his garment, leaped up, and came to Jesus. And Jesus said, and this is the same in both, What wilt thou that I should do to thee? And the blind man said to him, Rabboni, that I may see. In Matthew it says, Lord, that our eyes be opened. In Matthew, it says, Jesus, having compassion on them, touched their eyes. And in Mark, it says, Jesus said to them, Go thy way, thy faith hath made thee whole. In either way, they both immediately saw and followed. Let's look in Luke 18 is the other one. Well, just because one version says that Jesus touched his eyes and the other one said, he just said that faith has saved thee. It doesn't mean that faith didn't save them in both occasions, whether there was one or two. Let's see here. Okay. Remember, Luke also has one man. He said it was a certain blind man. When they heard the multitude passing by, he asked what they meant, and they told him that Jesus of Nazareth was passing by. And he cried out, saying, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. And they that went before rebuked him, saying that he should hold his peace. But he cried out much more, Son of David, have mercy on me. And Jesus, standing, commanded him be brought unto him. And when he come near, he asked him, saying, What wilt thou that I do to thee? But he said, Lord, that I may see. And Jesus said to him, Receive thy sight, thy faith hath made thee whole. And immediately he saw and followed, glorifying God. And all the people, when they saw it, gave praise to God. Interesting. So Luke gives us the ending the others don't have. In all of them, he is the blind man or men are healed and get up and follow Jesus. In St. Luke, not only did he see and follow him, he glorified God, and all the people, when they saw it, gave praise to God. And I think that does really set us up. Again, we're getting really close. They're very much on their way to Jerusalem. Let's just read it one more time. And I want you to just look in your life. Where have you been blind? Where have you cried out to the Lord that you may see? How has he moved in your life in those moments? What does that look like for you? And when he has done that, when he has lifted whatever veil from your eyes so that you could see, did you get up and follow him? Did you get up and go your own way? Did you give him glory? Did you get so excited in the moment that you ran off? Did you give God glory, but others didn't see it? Or were others astounded at the change in you? And did you remember to stop and give God the glory for that? Did you stop to thank those people who parted the crowd and said, come on, he's calling to you now, come on? Did you thank those people who had accompanied you on the way? Forget those who had rebuked you and told you to be quiet as you went. But what about those who made a path so that you could get to Jesus? What about those who helped you as you were blind and trying to find your way to him? Who are those people who accompanied you on your way? And I know we had talked about at the end of last week about praying for vocations and priests. I'm going to remind you here, try and remind me to link it up. I do have on Wednesdays, we have the Pardon Crucifix, as well as the Te Deum Foundation has a little chaplet for priests. I have the paper right here. What it is it's a chaplet for priests. Let's just it is copyrighted, and I know that sounds weird to some people. It can be a little tricky when you're getting prayers approved. So I don't want to get involved in their process, but this is our Pardon Crucifix. There's a whole video on it, and I invite you to go to the Te Deum Foundation. You're going to see when you go how you can get a hold of this. It's a lovely little chaplet to pray on, especially on Wednesdays for priests. Today is Monday, but I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I'm filming this. You're watching this on a Monday. But I'm going to go ahead and stop, and I'm going to pray this, and I'll link the video so that you can find out how to get your own copy. Hopefully you can get it in time for a Wednesday, maybe not this Wednesday. A lovely Christmas gift. If you don't have a Christmas gift for your priest, you buy this for you and your friends, and then you start praying for him. Friends, may God bless you and keep you. May he make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the good Lord bless you in nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.